baby, let me tell you what happens when you try to test somebody who don't play up, when I know God don't play about me. We were getting ready to get onto the broadcast, and then it said high traffic. Thinking, high traffic, we're on a virtual platform, right? But you know what? That just lets me know that this lady right here is about to bring the fire for you. She is about to set it off like it has never been set off before because I've never had that experience on the StreamYard platform before. So I know that that means it has to be absolutely phenomenal, fantastic, and amazing, baby. What she about to bring to the table? You better call your grandmama now and tell them to get on here tonight because she about to do something fresh off Mother's Day too. Oh, honey, y'all better get with the program. Tag somebody. Let me go and get them in here, honey. Look, you know when they say get them in, get them in. This is the time to share the broadcast because I tell y'all, I have the pleasure of shining the spotlight on the authors, the co-authors of the anthology Her, Unshakable, Unbreakable, ooh, unstoppable. All three, honey, rolled into one. That is what becoming her means. And this is the becoming her series. So I need you all to get the people on here, let them know that we are, honey, about to show up and show out because I'm about to go ahead and bring my guest on. So y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Let me go ahead and give her the official drum roll, right? Oh, Brenda.
Hey, good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. The enemy thought he had us, but you know
Oh,
what?
oh,
He has no power whatsoever.
honey, the power just went on. And also I said, because you playing with the wrong one. Both of us was like, okay, we're having trouble getting in, but, but God. And I
But
said, whenever the time is right, that's when we're going to do it. And he was just like, we just need a little temporary delay because somebody was in traffic.
yes,
Somebody had got off work a little later than they expected, and they needed to be here to hear this. So whether they are sitting in traffic and they listening in, whether they just got home, kicked off their shoes, took off their bra, and are able to kind of get this word, whatever it is, we were
yes,
delivered for a purpose. And I truly believe that God has this message specifically for somebody, and you
yes.
will be here to hear it all. So, Brenda, do you agree with me? We touching and agreeing.
Amen. Amen.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes. Touching and
yes.
agreeing. So let me shout out our sisters because I see Doris. Doris is on here. I see Cynthia Lewis is on here. Make sure y'all share it to the ladies in the group so they know that we are on now. But I'm so excited, Brenda, to have you. You look amazing. I saw
Thank
that the
you.
birthday, the Mother's Day shout out to you yesterday, honey, and they were just like, baby, it don't get better than this for our mama. So I love it. How was your Mother's Day?
It was wonderful. It absolutely was great. Despite me not having my mother here on earth, but I know
Mhm.
she's always in my heart and in my spirit and in my presence. So it was a phenomenal Mother's Day because I'm usually down and sad, but yesterday
Mhm.
was a blessed day.
Amen to that. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into Brenda's because she mentioned her mom. And so one of the things she talked about in her chapter was about her mom not being here and how that kind of affected her. And, her daughter had to step in and help her out. But you know what? We all go through some things. So the title of her chapter is, wait a minute, How I Became Her.
Yes.
And I want to read a little bit, excerpt from what you put at the very end of everything. After you had told your story, you said, today I stand as her,
Yes.
his, established and restored.
Mm-hmm.
I am his daughter, chosen and covered by his grace. I'm
Yes.
established in my calling, rooted in purpose, and grounded in faith. I
Yes.
am restored from every broken place, every painful chapter, and every silent tear.
Yes.
Tried to destroy me only strengthened me. What tried to silence me gave me a voice. What tried to end me introduced me to my destiny. What you said, Mrs. Doris said DD3, right? That destiny, divine destiny by design. She said,
Yes.
I am no longer defined by what I survived, but by the God who saved me. And
Yes.
because of him, I will continue to rise, walk boldly, and live fully in everything he has called me
Me
to.
too. Yes.
And that's how she came up with how I became
Yes.
Brenda. That right there sends chills. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it really just makes you think, wow, that is saying something. That is really, taking it to the next level of becoming her. So let's talk about it. Cynthia said, yes, but God. Let's
But
talk
God.
about how you got to the point of where everything that came at you, everything that tried to break you, losing your mom, being in an accident that could have been had you not even here today, right?
But God. Yes.
God, let's talk about it. Jump in where you want to, because I'm telling you, your story is just so
I
amazing.
think sometimes we look at God as um like he doesn't realize what we're going through. Sometimes
Mhm.
God allows things to happen to us to chip and mold and make us into who he wants us to be. And sometimes in life we play church. I'm just going to be transparent. We're going to play church. We're going to play with God.
Mhm.
God, you're praying hard and you saying, if you just save me from this, I promise you I'm going to do that. I promise you I'm going to do that. It wasn't until I gave my yes and I surrendered everything.
Ooh,
And until you fully surrender, you won't become her because it's going to be always something that's going to distract you. The things that I shared in the book are only half of what I went through. I just thought these were the important ones to bring out to let you know that trauma is real.
mhm,
Being addicted to people is real, but
mhm.
you have to surrender your whole self to God,
Yes.
not just pieces of you. You have to surrender everything. And until I was flat on my face, I could only look up and say, God, you know what? Just take me as I am. Make me, mold me, shape me into who you want me to be. Because who I want to be wasn't working. And if
Mm.
I go back there, it's still not going to work.
Right.
So being transparent and open with God is where it has me today, that I'm unshakable, unstoppable. I can't be anything but that because I know who holds me. I know my
Mhm.
next step is in him. The
Yes.
steps of a righteous person are ordered by God, and when you walk
Yes.
in his steps, you can't do nothing but have a great outcome.
Oh, it's so powerful because you said surrender. And you
Mm-hmm.
would think that people would say, you know what, God is my creator. I trust him. He made me. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I believe God. I trust God, you know, but surrendering is it's not as easy as you think, like to say, God, okay, use me. God, whatever your will is, let not my will but your will be done. But when you surrender,
Yes.
whoa.
You give it all to him.
And I
Every
think that's what the issue is, Brenda, because everybody who surrenders don't give it all. They
mm-mm.
give them a little bit of it. They give them, the piece that, they want to kind of, pat the cake with and be like, okay, I can give you this right here. You can have that. But this over here, oh, I
I
ain't
want
ready to
to
let
hold
this go.
on to that a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to keep that one right there a little bit. You know how when they try to tell you like, okay, when you're giving a charity and they kind of say, well, you got some clothes in there that you want to give one. You're like, oh yeah, I got a whole lot of clothes in here. Let me get a bag together and get ready, right? And then you look at this one outfit, you're like,
Mm-mm. Can't
you
have that.
you ain't worn that outfit in 6 years, but you say,
I'm
I
gonna
might
keep
get in this
this.
one. I'm gonna hold on to this one right here. But what
Yeah.
happens, girl, 6 years later, it's still sitting in the
It,
closet doing the
it's
same
still,
thing he was doing when you could have gave it to somebody.
yes,
That's how we are with surrender.
it is. Absolutely. And until we get everything out of our closet,
Mm-hmm.
that we don't need. I think that what had me bound is the fact that I thought I needed. In a part of the chapter, I was saying that I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
nobody like me. I had to give it all to him. And like you said with the word, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. God is telling you that. It's up
Mm-hmm.
to us to believe what he's saying. I didn't
Exactly.
believe it. I did. It took
And,
me a long time to believe that I was beautiful and not on the outside. Your
mm-hmm.
outside beauty does nothing for you. You have to be beautiful
Brother,
inside. From the inside out is what makes you beautiful. And the world has made it to where women think we have to look just like glamorous in
mm-hmm.
order
Mm-hmm.
to be beautiful. But I would rather be ugly to you and have this beauty on the inside, because that's
Mm-hmm.
where my peace lies.
Yeah.
That's where my joy lies. So beauty from the inside out, I wouldn't have it any other way.
See, I told y'all the enemy was trying to keep us out of here, but we thought it was the enemy, really was God. I'm telling y'all, because somebody needs to hear that.
Yes.
That your exterior, we always say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So you run around here and you do all these things to look good and
Hmm.
make yourself appealing to people, but at the end of the day, you could be the most beautiful person in the world on the outside and have the nastiest, stankiest, ugliest inside.
Yes.
The
No
anybody,
joy, no peace. You just all messed up on the inside.
all messed
And
up,
you
a
sleep
dressed
at
up
night,
mess, as they say.
but you
Dressed
fine.
up on the outside. Yes, baby, you booming and hey, everybody's like, okay, all right, I see you. And then when they get to talking to you, they're just like, child, I wish you had stayed at home because now
Right.
my spirit is all over the place, girl. I'm over here, tore up
Yeah.
and distressed. But Miss Doris says sometimes we're tested to see if we really did surrender. Oh,
All the time. Yes. And I believe that he does that for us. I think he tests us so that we know where we are. Are we growing in this area? And
yes.
the only time you don't have to take the test again is when you pass it. So if you're not passing the test, go back and retake it, because he's going to give you the test again. So we have to learn to pass that test and know that God is not trying to hurt us in it. He's trying to show us and grow us so that we can be all he wants us to be.
Come on, show and grow. Because you
Yeah.
know what? The reality is when we talk about becoming her or
Mm.
becoming him, bottom line, it's a process and it takes you having to go through some things in order to grow because nothing that stands still is going to grow.
Mm-mm.
It's going to require it's going to
Movement.
require something in order for you to grow because if you're just staying still, that stagnancy won't allow you to do anything but stay exactly where you are.
Exactly.
To be able to become, when it says becoming, the ing means consistent, ongoing.
Keep doing- Yep. Yes. That's absolutely what it means. And as you were saying that, I was thinking about how you put a seed in the ground. You can put a beautiful seed of a flower, but
Mhm.
you have to realize that that flower is going to stay in a dark place
Mhm.
until it's time for it to pop out. So we have to wait on God's timing in all that we do. And sometimes we can have self-inflicted wounds because it's not our time.
Yeah.
And a couple of those were it wasn't my time to be in a relationship. So I had a self-inflicted wound because I chose that.
Brother, you
I said,
preaching
I
to
got
us.
you anyway, but you are the problem here. You chose to be with that person.
You
Yeah.
got to stop it. Because you know what? Oh, girl, now that's why this one right here is going to free some people.
Yes.
The reality is, for a lot of people, instead of you waiting until you're healed for real, until you are, comfortable with myself, whether I walk in by myself or with somebody else or with my significant other, until you are okay with you,
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you do would not prosper the way that you want it to,
That's
simply
right.
because you're not moving in your design time. So just like a seed, if you plant it in the ground
Mm,
and like you say, it needs that darkness, it needs all of that. It needs to be rained on, it needs to,
yeah.
get all these different things. Even when it starts popping up, it may need some weeds to be pulled so it can, spread out
Yeah.
a little bit and do what it's supposed
Mhm.
to do. But if you mess around and don't allow it to do all that it needs to do, this is like we look at the caterpillar. And
Mm,
everybody thinking like, child, them little caterpillars so ugly, and I don't want them caterpillars. But then it has to get into a cocoon in order to come out as a beautiful butterfly. So you
yeah.
want a butterfly, but you don't want the cocoon experience.
Yes. Don't
And if
want
you
the
pop
process.
out too soon, it won't be the same.
It won't be the same at all. And
And
pressure made the diamond, so you have to go through something in life.
yes, yes,
But don't let that something make you quit.
yeah,
That's why I thank God that my daughter had enough understanding to say, hey, let me take these pictures away because she's killing herself just in the grief alone. So you have to have people around you that can see past your smile and I'm
mhm,
okay. How you doing? I'm blessed and highly favored. And
yes,
5 minutes when you walk through the door, you falling out, just
mhm,
miserable, just in grief. So
mm,
keep people around you that can discern your fakeness when it comes to saying
yeah,
I'm all right. You need somebody to be like, no, you're not all right. Let's
yes,
talk about this. Let's do
yes,
something. You
yes,
know, when we pick friends, it's a passage in the scripture where the friends dropped the man down on the bed so that Jesus could heal him.
mhm,
That's the type of friends we gotta have. We gotta
mhm,
have somebody that's gonna go when we can't go.
yeah,
Somebody that can prop our arms up when we can't.
mhm,
Somebody that's gonna tell us, no, you're wrong. You gotta go this way, not that way. And
yeah,
that's usually not how we pick friends. But I've
it's
learned
not.
to pick them so where I'm going, not where I am, but where I'm
Mm.
going.
Oh, this is so good because so many people get caught up in the wrong things. You want to be with the party people. You want to be with the people who being seen. You want to be with the people out, who out here doing the most that you perceive is successful. But a lot
Yeah.
of times, people are out here trying to make people think they got it going on when the reality is you don't.
Mm-mm, at all.
Because if you did, you wouldn't feel the need to go out here and try to impress people.
Yes.
You wouldn't. You would be content. Paul said, "I'm content in all things, whether I have a little or a lot. I pray I'm good, because if God be for me, who be against me?
Who can?
So wherever you live, whatever you drive, you may see what people want you to see. You don't know what
Mhm.
they got when they go back home. You don't know what's in their bank account, what kind of investments they made. You don't know what things look like. You only know what people present to you.
Yes.
Like you said, you were grieving. You'll be like, "Oh, girl, I'm good. Yes, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good." And as
Yeah.
soon as you get in that door, you done fell out, and you just,
Out.
crying, depressed, overwhelmed.
Hmm. I mean, soon as the door closed, I was I was done. I couldn't do anything. But we are taught to say everything is great. People say Christians should always have the faith and know that God got you, but it can still hurt.
It can still hurt.
And,
Absolutely,
and it's okay to tell somebody that I'm not okay.
it is, and we should normalize that. Because the reality is, God is, and just because He said, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper,"
Mm.
obviously there's going to be a weapon. Otherwise, why say it's not going to prosper?
Yep.
So we
It's
got to
go
start
for 'em.
thinking. It's going to form, it's going to
Yeah.
come at you, but how you take it, you got to
Mhm.
realize that you're a human and things your expectations of life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the reality is, I don't care how much you love somebody. That doesn't mean that they won't leave. We all are designated an appointed time to die. And
Yes.
we act like we're so shocked, even when you know it can happen. But because you love them so much, you don't want to see that happening. So it is devastating and it
Mhm.
can break you. And like Miss Doris said, I've been guilty of it. Cynthia said, we are humans. Cheryl said, exactly.
Mhm.
You got to own up to where you are in your journey,
Yes.
emotionally, physically, mentally,
Mental.
spiritually,
Mhm.
wherever you are, own up to it because other people are going through it too.
Yes. And you can't fool God. He wants us to come before him and say, "Hey,
Yes.
Daddy, this is where I am, and only you can help me."
Mhm.
We rely on people, but the ultimate person we need to be relying on is him. He's the only
Yes.
one that can comfort you when you're going through. I've tried everybody else, and I was
Mm-hmm.
still depressed and in grieving
Mm-hmm.
so heavily. But until I said, God, you know what? You got this. And I
And
just talked
surrender
about
it
that.
all.
Help me. I just said, help me.
Help me, Holy Spirit, help. Cynthia
Help
said, be
me.
honest with yourself. Cheryl says, take off the mask and the whole costume. You know, they're talking about come from behind the mask, but you still got the
Yeah.
costume on. Yes, you got to take
Yeah. Take
everything.
everything off.
Everything, because like you said, surrendering it all. We want to just give you pieces. But
Mm-hmm.
until you surrender it all, you can't heal from what you don't reveal. And I don't care how fine he is. I
Hmm.
don't care how much money y'all got. I don't care what position you hold. None of those things are going to help you if
Mm-mm.
you don't be real with yourself and with God, because God already knows. Do
He already
we
know.
think we hoodwinking God? You know, you can't hoodwink and bamboozle God.
You know what? Some of us believe that we can.
We thank you. We do.
And that's where I was. Not that I thought I was fooling him, but I thought these parts of my life, I got it, God. But I need you in these parts. So God's like, okay, I'm gonna let you have it. Show me what you're gonna do with it. I had to circle back and say, God, I can't do it without you. Can't do it without you.
And that's the reality and the realization that, you know, for so many people, we have got to understand. Cheryl said 2026, stop all those tricks and get real.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Because you know what? The thing about it is, if you pay attention to where we are right now, things are shifting and changing.
Mm-hmm.
And people are going back to erase some things that happened and we know happened, but they want to get rid of it like it didn't happen. They want
Yeah.
to strip rights and do different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
We need God more than ever before, but it's going to take us being real. It's going to take you being your authentic self, because this is not what they say showtime at the Apollo. This is not, where you can be playing games. We say God don't play about me, but we play about ourselves more than we God. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
Yes.
right with yourself more than anybody.
And some of us gonna run into the Sandman. You know the little man that came out to get you off the stage? He waiting.
Hmm.
Sandman is waiting.
Is waiting to take you completely off the grid.
Yes.
And until we can wake up and
Mm.
understand that relationship we have with God is going to be what sustains you. And so when you wonder why some people have peace about it and they're not stressed out and overwhelmed, because they've already taken everything to God, and God has let them know that, again, if I'm for you, who can
Who
be
can be
against
against
you?
you? Yes. That's
And
definitely.
it's such a hard thing for a lot of people, though, Brenda. Like, even with the things that you talked about, you said that in the very beginning there was always something over you. It was always something. God was just over you from a young girl.
Yes.
Did you run from it, or did you just not understand it? Which way was it?
I
Oh,
believe
both.
that at first I didn't understand it, being young, because everybody wants to be in with the crowd. Nobody wants to be standing on the sidelines. And as a youth, no girl, all the girls are getting the football jerseys for pep
Mm-hmm.
rally, or, everybody passed me by. I'm like, wow, am I really that ugly? And my mom used to say all the time, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And the older I got, I believe that's when I start running from God protection. And I just remember so vividly the man had ran up to me after I was in a car accident. And he said, all I heard you scream was God save.
Mm.
I didn't even realize.
You hit a whole wall, brick wall.
And anybody that lives in Nashville knows how that wall was. And it should have taken me just completely out. No scratches, no bruises. I wasn't even sore the next morning. I had even walked to the store to call my cousin to come and pick me up. And the parent
Wow.
was like, please sit down. We have to check you out. And I'm like, I'm fine. And as I walked back to look at the car, the lady said, where's the other man? And I was like, he's standing over there. And she was like, no, it was two men in the car with you. And I'm like, it wasn't two men in the car with me. And at that moment I said, wow, God put his permanent shield of protection around
Mm.
me at that time, showing other people that, hey, I got her.
Mm-hmm.
No
Even
weapon
when you
formed.
didn't know, even
Yes.
when you didn't believe and you didn't know.
Even, yes. He put it in human form for that lady to say, where is the other person? It's only two of y'all. And I'm looking like, it was only two of us in the car. She said, no, it was three people in that car.
Mm.
And you talking about get right then? Woo, I got right for about 5 years. And then started all over again. I'm just being transparent because
Exactly, but
it
but
could be
it
somebody
is.
that's struggling. Just don't give up. You're going to
Yeah.
make mistakes. You're going to fall down. The problem with falling is people don't get back up. You have to continue to get up. You get knocked down. You got to continue to just keep getting up. That's how you make it. You got to just keep getting up.
Because it doesn't stop. I mean, because
Mm-mm.
what's the expression? Life be life, and life is always going to life.
Yes.
We're in it, so it's always going to be something. But at the same time, you got to trust that God is bigger than anything that you're going to go through, anything that you experience.
Yes.
What do you think was the thing, Brenda, that helped you to finally say, you know what, God, I'm tired of trying to do it my way?
I honestly believe it was a time in my life where everybody left me because my mom was already gone. And I remember just laying in the bed, just screaming and kicking, like having a 2-year-old temper tantrum because I just couldn't take anymore. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired. And I feel like until you get tired of messing with God, you're going to keep going through the struggle. And at that point, I stopped crying. I got up, I washed my face, and I said, you know what? I'm not turning back ever again. And I've been running for him ever since. Yeah.
Just one day, just made up your mind and said, you know what, enough is enough.
Yeah. Temper tantrum, crying, screaming, asking God why. And all I could hear him say in my spirit was, are you ready?
Mm.
Are you ready?
Are you
At
ready?
that point, you know what? I was like, you know how if somebody get arrested? I said, I'm ready. And I haven't looked back. And I
Amen.
still have problems. I still have things that come up in life because, like you said, life is life. But I would not give up my journey with God for nothing in the world. He has
Mm.
a safe place. I sleep good. I have joy. Every chance I get, I witness to young females because I was where they are now.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of older women that won't tell the younger women what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to show everything to get a husband. You don't have to do everything. So yeah.
Exactly. And really help them understand, because the world will have you doing a lot of things that isn't necessary
Mhm.
to get what you want, because God has already hit Jeremiah 29:11 says, I know the plans I have for you. So if God knows the plans he has for you, it's already predestined for
Right.
things
Yeah.
to happen for you. So you don't have to go out and do all these things. And the
Mm.
courier said, this is a beautiful testimony. I can't wait for y'all to read her chapter. And I'm going to read a little bit about, from your bio. It says Brenda Wimberly is a woman of faith
Mhm.
whose life has been refined by fire and restored by grace.
Yes.
Through trials that could have shaken her foundation, she chose to stand.
Mhm.
Through heartbreak that could have broken her spirit, she chose to heal. A devoted mother and proud granny,
Yeah.
Brenda considers her family her greatest accomplishment and her living testimony of resilience. Her journey has taught her that strength is not about never failing, it is about rising
Mm.
every single time. Every
Yes.
single time. Not here and there, not on occasion, every single
Every
time.
time. Mhm.
She writes from a place of lived experience, spiritual conviction, and an unwavering belief that no storm has the final say. Her life reflects what it truly means to be unshakable in faith, unbreakable in spirit, and
Mhm.
unstoppable in purpose. She
Yeah.
is not just telling a story, she is becoming it. She is her. God,
Yeah.
come on with it. I love it. I love
Yeah.
that. I love it. And it speaks to power. And I think for a lot of people, Cheryl said, I felt that for real. And Brenda, Brenda was talking about, how she felt growing up and like what was wrong with her and all of that. But anybody looking at you would be like, there's no way that you would have been insecure about your appearance or second guessing whether somebody, because you're a beautiful lady. And not only that, I know that people will be amazed to know how old you are. So even with that, I know you get that all the time. Like I'm sure when you're with your daughter, they're like, "Oh, y'all got to be sisters," because I know you're not her mama
He
for real.
hates that.
I know she do. I know she does.
Mm.
But I know that you get that all the time. So somebody else would be looking like, girl, for real? But that just lets you know how the enemy tries to take our mind and
Yeah.
tries
At
to confuse us
early age.
at an early age.
Mhm.
hmm
Definitely.
At a time when somebody else would have been like, oh, girl, I know I got it going on. I know I got whatever, whatever, and I can get who I want to do what I want and all that. He had you question yourself
Mhm.
and wonder. But the thing about it is sometimes it's not because of what you look like and what you have and what you do and all that stuff. Sometimes God is saying, no, she's special.
Mhm.
And can't anybody just put their hands on her? Can't anybody just run up on her and get her? Can't anybody just do what you want to? Not for this one.
Yes.
But like you said, we see everybody else doing it. We see
Mhm.
everybody else going places and having a good time. And what they say, the FOMO, the fear of missing out.
Yes.
We think we're missing something.
Think we missing something. Yes.
We do. We do. Brenda,
Definitely.
having children and
Mhm.
grandchildren, what has been the thing that you feel like will be the legacy that you want them to get? If they don't get anything else from you, you know for sure you want them to have this as they move forward in life.
Their relationship with God. That's the legacy that I want to leave them, knowing that no matter what, God's got them. And I teach them how to pray. They read
Mhm.
scripture. Um, I can't give them nothing else but God. Everything else will pass away, but God is going to stand. if I give them nothing else, they gonna see mama and granny on her knees praying. They gonna see her studying. They gonna see her witnessing to people. I just got to give them God. That's all I can give them. Because money is not gonna do it. A big house on the hill is not gonna do it. When the enemy comes in like a flood, they're gonna have to know that there's a standard that they can raise up to get him off their back. I got to give them God. If I leave them nothing else, I want them to remember serving God is like nothing else. You have to have a relationship with him.
That is so powerful. And Cheryl said, I'm so glad I didn't miss this because that's the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a solid foundation, it doesn't make a difference what comes your way.
Mm-mm.
That foundation is going to sustain you. It's going to keep you.
Yes.
Because you mentioned about money.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people have a lot of money and they commit suicide anyway?
Anyway, not even happy. No
Not
joy,
even happy.
no peace, just miserable. But if I can give them God, everything else is going to line up for them.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And it's so powerful that you got the lesson because again, the reality is you could have been taken out in an accident.
Mm-hmm.
You could have lost your mind when you were grieving your mom.
Yes.
Some other things in there that you talked about that could have
Woohoo! Yeah.
taken you out for sure.
Yes.
Could have had you broken down and weak
Mm-hmm.
and staying in that space.
Yes.
But the foundation allows you to rise again.
Yes. No matter what, I got to get back up.
Oh, honey, I know your mama would have been like, my baby right there. You better tell them, girl. You better tell them.
See up at nudging Jesus right now. Like, you hear that?
You see, you see. Yes. But I just feel like it's such a good place to be in. So tell everybody
Mm-hmm.
what made you decide because it's so great. Tomorrow I'll be talking to Karen. And so her daughter Nicole is in the book. But so you and Talisha,
Right.
mother and daughter in the book. How did it first and foremost, what made you to say yes to doing the project? And how did it feel to actually do this with your daughter?
It was very exciting because she's so used to being in this kind of atmosphere. She was like, Mom, the book you're always talking about, right? And I said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. She said, no, I need for you to get online and tell Angela you're gonna be one of the authors. I was like, what am I gonna say? And she was like, Mom, you have a lot in you. I'm going to need for you to go ahead and call Angela. So I did email you. And I'm just excited to be able to get out what I feel like God wanted me to get out at this time. Even reliving some of the story has helped me heal even more. Some people say you don't want to open up old wounds, but it's not a wound anymore. It's freedom for me. I was able to release what I could not say to everybody. So actually this book has healed. It's given me another level of healing. And I just appreciate you giving the opportunity to all of us to be able to tell our story because it's healing in this book. This book right here has healing in it. It has so much healing for the masses.
Yeah.
And just to read some of the stories, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And we're survivors. We're unbreakable, unstoppable. It's just so amazing that God orchestrated us at this
Mm-hmm.
for this season. He could have picked anybody else, but he chose all of us. And it's like it's a sisterhood in that group. And I
Yes.
haven't been in the group like I should because I'm going through ministerial training. Whew, that's a whole nother.
It's a whole
Yeah,
nother thing.
I need your prayers on that one. So I've been having to write papers. So I haven't been in there, but I try to grab everything I can, and it's just so much love in the
It
group.
is.
It's
Isn't it? Cynthia just said, you know how people say, I'm blessed to be a blessing? She said,
Mhm.
healing to heal someone else.
Yes.
I think that is so powerful that you said that, Cynthia, because a lot of times when people go through trauma and drama and they're in toxic relationships and dysfunctional
Hmm.
situations, you know how they say you cut on people, you bleed on people who didn't cut you. When you can heal,
Hmm.
you take something, like you said, somebody can be beautiful, but when they're beautiful on the inside and that spills out and you get a piece of that, oh, it's a whole different level to be in the presence of somebody who is healed and
Yes.
they just love you with the joy that they have, the joy of the Lord. It just
Yes.
comes out and bubbles through their spirit. And
Mm.
that's an encounter, that's an experience that you don't always get when you can get that from somebody and it's genuine and it's pure.
And it's amazing when I go back and read some of the comments in our group chat. I feel the love. It's like it comes to life
Mhm.
off the phone, and I'm like, oh, these women are just amazing. And I have to meet every last one of y'all. At some point, God is going to allow me to meet everybody.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah.
Because, like Cynthia says, the bleeding stops. And when the bleeding
Hmm.
stops, now you can have genuine relationships. Because the reality is, they always say all the time. And Cheryl said, "Me too." She feel the same way. But you always talk about women don't get along, or
Hmm.
women get with each other, and there's always an issue or whatever. But we have been so blessed with this group of women that everybody's encouraging. Everybody's supportive. Everybody, supports one another. And
Hmm.
I think that when you can get into that and then turn around and share it back out. You know how they say somebody, when they say pay it forward, pay it
Yes.
forward to somebody else. And when you get something that's good to you, pay it forward to the next person so that we create chain reactions. Because you don't mind telling somebody, girl, did you hear about that fight? Or did you see them? Or you don't mind
Hmm.
spreading bad news,
Spread some good news.
bring some good news.
Hmm.
Spread a sisterhood to somebody else that never had that for herself and she needs it
Yes.
because it's important. Where we're going now in the world, the way it is now, it's important for us to connect and be strong minded and lock arms with our sister and say, you know what, I'm not judging you because of what you did, because who knows what situation I was that close of not being in the same situation. How do I know that? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I got spared from this, but everybody has something that they deal with. Cheryl
Yeah.
said, we all went through something once. We said yes to this and elevation, and God also came.
Yes. Hmm. And I have a saying: "Don't talk about my crown. Fix it if it's crooked."
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So you in ministry out here doing things, honey. Listen, studying that word and
Ooh.
getting ready to get people all together. I love it. And we wish you all, hey, all the blessings and the favor and the goodness and the grace and the mercy God has for you during that process, because the enemy will try. When Jesus went up, what did he say? He tried to tempt Jesus because he didn't want him
Hmm.
to step into that power. And
Yes.
so things happen, but also we know that what God has called and chosen, baby, can't nobody cancel that.
Mm-mm. Oh, can't cancel it all. And I'm going to rise every time. I'm
Every
going
single
to
time.
get up. Yes, every single time.
I love it. I love it. So, Brenda, I do for everybody, the last few minutes or what have you, where they can actually speak to, yes, Cheryl, that we have just begun. Get ready. Since yes, sending blessings and prayers for you. We just getting started. You know how much, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like these interviews, yes, they're giving you opportunities to get to know the ladies, but
Hmm.
we are getting started. I mean, you know, I think I let the cat out the bag last week. We'll be in Nashville July the 11th. So, you know, for people, look, check your calendar, girl, check your
I
calendar.
am.
I got some folks up in that area.
Hmm.
See
That
what you're doing.
that might work.
Oh, yeah. So we can be up there, you know, seeing each other. And the thing about it is, you know, you get to see people's heart. You know, like
Hmm.
reading the story because I think I was talking to Karen and she was saying like loves looking at the videos because then you turn around and read the chapter or read
Yeah.
the chapter and then look at the videos. So it goes hand in hand and it's just a different experience. And I think you know. Nicoria said, baby, it's get ready because it's about to be fire up in the Ville, baby. If you don't know, you better ask somebody about
Yeah.
getting there for sure. So I'm going to put you on solo so that you can share whatever it is that you want people to know, whether it's about your book, life in general, you know, about God, whatever you want to give people. But this is your spotlight moment. I want you to have it. So here you go.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I would just like to say that once you surrender to God, give Him your all. He can work with broken pieces. Matter of fact, He loves working with broken pieces. So don't shortchange yourself by giving Him bits and pieces. Give Him all to Him. Sweep the room. Give Him all that you have so that He can work with it. I would just like to say to anybody that's going through at this time, um, trust God. Trust God. I can't really tell you anything else but to trust God. And I'm so adamant about trusting God. Even when it doesn't feel good, even when it doesn't look like it, trust God. And always remember that don't give up on God because He has never given up on you. And He never will. And it's a song my mom used to sing, and it says, I surrender all. All to Him I owe. I surrender all. Give it to Him, whatever it is. If you have an addiction, give it to Him. If you're in a toxic relationship, give it to Him. If you're depressed, give it to Him. He's the only one that can fix it. And choose your friends wisely. I tell my children all the time, choose a friend that pray with you and pray for you and not pray on you. And I take this time now to just want to thank Angela for everything she's done. She's walked me through the process. She is a blessing. Godspeed over her life. I pray that He enlarges her territory. Just for doing these type of books to help people. She's an encouragement to everybody that she meets. So I thank you, Angela, for just the opportunity and for actually giving me the opportunity to interview with you. And like I said before, you knew I was so nervous. But we did get through this interview and I'm excited to just meet everyone and to sell these books and get the word out that you can become her. And I'm gonna go a step further. They can become him. The men need this just like the women because we all got to get it right. So thank you for listening. I am so excited. And that's all I have.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate it really because this has been just a beautiful experience from the top to the bottom, from the beginning, you know, and we, like she said, we're not done yet, but it's just been a
Mhm.
beautiful experience. And I know that as we continue going to different cities and meeting new people and, you know, doing different things with the book, it's going to be some people who will get healed for real this time. You know, we're
Yes.
not just talking about it. We really want to see you be whole because God
Yeah.
wants created you as a whole individual. So, you know, broken pieces do color And it takes God to put you back together again. So come to him as you are. You know, don't try to get yourself together first. No.
Right.
You know, some people like, oh no, let me get myself
Well,
together. When I get myself together, then I'm gonna come on to God, right? Come on while you broke down and messed up so he can help you get together for real. Because I'm telling you that what you do for yourself cannot compare to what God can do for you. It can't, it is, there's no way possible.
No way
It's no
possible.
way possible. So you have to yield, you have to surrender and stop keeping them clothes in the closet for later on when that you know you're not gonna use. Get rid of it all.
Get rid of
Get
it.
rid of
Sweep
it
it.
all, surrender it all.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda, if somebody wants to get in contact with you, how can they do so?
I don't have any social media. Facebook is just Brenda Wimberly. My Instagram is Lady Be Blessed 68. Yeah, those two platforms.
Perfect. Make sure y'all get this book and read the chapters. I'm telling y'all, we have had, because Brenda's kicking off week 3, baby. So this, as Miss Doris said, that was so powerful, Brenda. Thank you so much. This has been absolutely amazing. Y'all make sure 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday, you're going to get to meet every single co-author of this amazing book, her. Because each one of the ladies, we're unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable. And I'm telling you, you better get in and read this so that you can help yourself. And like she said, we say becoming her, but there's men out there who are ready to become him. And
Yes.
we need to support our men, encourage our men, let them know that they are loved and appreciated. Because I'm telling you, God didn't just create us on this world by ourselves. We all need to come together and encourage one another because we're stronger together.
Stronger together.
Stronger together. Yes. Brenda, thank you again so much for being here. I appreciate it. And hey, we will see y'all. I'll be back tomorrow with the next author. So be ready. Stay tuned. Karen L. Hendrickson will be the guest for tomorrow night. Until then, y'all tell Brenda, because Brenda's over there, baby, looking fabulous. I don't know where she's going after this. Somebody must be swooping through to do something. But enjoy your night, Brenda.
All right, you too. Thank y'all so much.